My name is Perry Klauber, and I'm a commercial real estate transactional attorney. My job is to create and negotiate and make sure all of the paperwork that is needed is there for large commercial real estate transactions. Think of commercial real estate companies. They have very large portfolios, millions and billions of dollars of commercial real estate assets. And with the purchase and sale of leasing of each of those assets, there's a lot of paperwork. That's where I come into play. I was a finance major at U of A, very involved student, and truly enjoyed my time there. Not only was going into the law one of my goals, but also being a business person. When you go to law school and then graduate and choose your career path, you can essentially go into litigation, going to court, and drafting pleadings for your clients, or you could go into the transactional side, and that is more representing corporate clients and businesses with their transactions. Every time that there's an M&A deal or commercial real estate deal, simply documents needed for parties to continue a transaction or to paper a transaction. Essentially, the parties generally are trying to get a deal done or get work done together instead of fighting with each other. So as a finance major, first you learn the general business concepts. When you're an Eller, you get to specialize and choose your electives and which classes that you're interested in. You also learn in your elective courses and through clubs the different career paths that you can take. When I was in law school, my business background gave me a big leg up knowing that I wanted to be a transactional attorney. When you're interviewing for transactional roles, and if you show that you have an interest in business and that you generally can get along with and fit in with business people, it gives you a good background to move forward in that type of career path. If you have an intellectual curiosity, this is a good industry for you. If you are okay with doing additional schooling, not only do you have 3 years of law school, but you also have 3 to 4 months preparing and studying for your LSAT. And then after you graduate from law school, you'll have another 3 or 4 months of studying for the bar exam. If you're okay with studying hard, this is a good route for you. If you are good with talking to other people, both in a non-adversarial and adversarial conversation, this is a good industry for you. Often you'll be on the phone with your clients or you'll be meeting with them to discuss what they're trying to do for their transaction, asking them questions about the legal issues that will pop up with what they're trying to do, and then advising the client on how best to achieve their goal. It can make your clients and opposing counsel a little bit more at ease if you're somebody who's easy to talk to. Perhaps the first 2 things on the list that are most important when you're filling out your law school applications, law schools look at 2 factors. First, work very hard in college and try to get a very good GPA. Second, get a very good LSAT score. Work very hard when you're studying for your LSATs, and I highly recommend taking a prep class with Kaplan or the Princeton Review, like they did for me, will increase your score, and just a couple points can mean the difference between receiving a scholarship or not receiving a scholarship. Also, be a well-rounded candidate. Be involved in clubs. I was president of the Financial Management Association. By meeting other people, you get to see other people's perspectives, the career paths that they are interested in, and through that you learn that there's a lot of different careers that you could go into. There's a lot of different ways you can use your skills to ultimately achieve your career goals, to find whatever career or whatever position is the best for you. Networking is very important, one of the best skills that you can build. I like to think of myself as an expert networker. Networking, that's how you're going to make business partners, that's how you're going to get clients, and that's how you're going to learn what's going on in your industry. It's the best way to innovate, find out what your clients' desires are, find out what other people are doing in the industry. The U of A was the best place for me as far as a networking standpoint can go. I used to go into Pete Corrigan's office. At that time, I was going into investment banking and looking for positions in investment banking. And Pete and I would cold call anybody that we knew in the investment banking industry. I think particularly when you're younger and don't have a lot of business experience, you tend to think of networking where you're just trying to get something out of somebody. Networking is not about quid pro quo. Networking is about talking to other people, making friends with other people, and seeing what you can do for them. And perhaps they can do something for you as well. I'm always more than happy to talk and meet with students because I've been in their position before. I know that there's plenty of advice that I can help them with and give to them to move them up in the ranks and perhaps cut down on some of the research or other pitfalls that will happen in your career journey.